I have a video here from you guys. My favorite content creator, Moist Critical, has finally uploaded another video of Pokemon stuff. I love watching the Pokemon videos, not gonna lie. He's like him, and I think there's like one other channel that also provides me like the Pokemon scalping like fights and everything. And I wanted to like, you know, I wanted to watch it because I love these videos. They're so funny to watch.
You already know what time it is.
Yeah,
We're tuning in to a new batch of Pokemon scalpers getting into their little clown scuffles over some precious product that they can turn around and try and resell online. I'm only half joking when I say that Pokemon scalpers should be officially labeled as terrorists. Like, genuinely, if you are a scalper, you should be forced onto a registry like as a national security threat. Because these are just violent degenerates. We already saw a young woman who was murdered in Chile for her Pokemon cards because they wanted to get their grubby little paws on her product so they could turn around and resell it. We saw someone recently shot here in America over a disagreement in the Pokemon vending machine line. We've seen oodles of fights that are showing no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, you can fuck out of here, homie. I'm gonna crack you, homie. I don't give a fuck. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? We gonna fight. I don't fight. You don't fight. What you gonna do? What? You don't fight, huh? Why you touch me? Why you touch me?
Hits him with the pepper spray and then boot scooting boogies out of there as quickly as possible with his one box there. It was all worth it, baby. So here's two scalpers throwing down the old clown fiesta, which has become commonplace at Pokemon vending machines or really anywhere that sells Pokemon product at this point. As I've said numerous times, it becomes a PvP-enabled zone, and people throw out all logic and reason, and they just start throwing knuckle sandwiches at each other.
I just don't understand why they don't arrest these people almost like immediately, you know, and actually like charge them.
In this case, he brought out the pepper spray, so he just pepper sprayed this man and then ran away from him. These fucking losers will fight and fuck their way to one box of Pokemon product just to make like $5 off it online. There is no more pathetic existence than being someone like this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my.
So here's an interesting one. So apparently the construction workers ganked this guy over a disagreement about Pokemon product in the store because the construction workers had apparently been very disrespectful to a child who had showed up for this product, allegedly. I don't think any children actually ever even get a chance to go to the Pokemon card aisle because it's like walking into Salty Spittoon. You gotta go through like the greasiest fucking gauntlet of goobers imaginable. Plus these loveless, lifeless, worthless piles of shit clear out the entire aisle within the first 10 minutes of the store even being open, so there's not even morsels left for children. But I guess in a very rare instance here, there was. Probably perfect order because scalpers are now just leaving perfect order because they can't resell it as effectively as previous sets. So maybe that's what it was, but the construction workers didn't get the memo that it's not the hot product to scalp anymore. Apparently there was a kid that was looking to get product. These assholes were being rude about it or something. So then this guy stepped in the middle of it. And then the construction workers tried to lay a beat down.
It's becoming the salty platoon or something. It's basically, how tough are you? I took away Pokemon cards from a little kid. Holy cow.
You can see that one like elderly gentleman, the fucking octogenarian's like climbing on the guy's back, throwing sucker punches. He looks like a squirrel that's trying to get his licks in. And then we have another angle of this scuffle. And I swear to God, that old guy is throwing his punches in slow motion. It's like he's
stores have been slicing the plastic wrap off the sealed products so that resellers get even less when they try to sell it. Wait, what? Slicing the plastic wrap off, as in like the plastic that covers around the product itself.
Lagging. I'm watching a punch thrown at 4 FPS.
Holy cow. I just don't understand why you don't Why don't you just arrest these people at the end of the day? If they want to act like animals, you know, they want to act like Pokemon battle fights, you know, actual Pokemon. I think you might as well just treat them, you know, capture them in the ball and put them in the ball. That's it, you know.
Bro, he's talking about hitting a little kid, bro.
I love that the douchebag that had to go 2v1 against this guy is calling the other guy a pussy. You just had to have your little sidekick, your little pocket-sized buddy there, wrapped around his back in order to try and get some of your punches in. And you're calling the other guy a pussy, even though he ate all of your wet noodle punches with no problem at all, and you have the gall to call him a pussy, even though you had to 2v1 him? Oh my god, these scalpers are sickening. Now, of course, there's a very real chance that the other guy is also a scalper, but at the very least, what he's saying seems like something a rational person would have an issue with. Like, hey man, you are cutting in front of this kid and disrespecting a child. This is a hobby for child. This is Pokemon cards. Like, he is calling sense into this. At the very least, I can respect that. And he held his own in a 2v1 here against these relentless, violent lunatics here. All over Pokemon cards, mind you. And I'm going to tell you something. Those three dudes, there's three, but only two of them got involved in the fight. The other one was in the cuck chair. Those three dudes, I'm gonna tell you, probably aren't collectors. And they probably don't play the card game either. I don't think they're avid Pokemon TCG enthusiasts.
No, I don't think so.
I have a hunch that they might just be scalpers and they're here on their lunch break, so they decided to scoot on in and try and get some product to maybe make a couple of fucking doubloons after work, selling it to a local card shop for an extra $1. Like, it's just so pathetic. I went back and double-checked, seeing if there was any more lore and context I could give of what led up to this. Apparently, it wasn't just, like, being rude to the kid or, like, cutting in front of him. They apparently threatened to slap a child at the Pokemon aisle for this product.
Bro, that's a kid. It's Pokemon. No, bro. Come on, meet me outside, bro. Meet me outside. Come on. Wait for me outside. Wait for me outside.
He trying to... this dude right here threatening a goddamn kid? Nah, man, you gotta lock him up, man. I swear, I have no idea what's with this weird Pokemon craze. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Grab me. Wait for me outside. Ain't nobody grabbing you, bro. You acting for nothing, bro. Bro, I will go beat the shit out of you, bro. I will beat the fuck out of you, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. I'm telling you, bro. I will beat the fuck out of you, bro.
Yeah, I don't think you would, though. You and Grandpa just 2v1 this guy and couldn't do it. So I feel like one-on-one would be even worse for you. You tried to tag team this guy and still couldn't beat his ass or anything like that. I don't know why you're talking so tough when you look like such a bitch here. Again, sucker punches from the back and still eating your punches from the front and handling you just fine. I think that guy probably would have won if he did actually step outside with them. It's just pure lunacy. There is no low that these scalpers won't sink to. If that is true about them threatening to slap a child over Pokemon cards, like,
that is pretty crazy.
It's completely indefensible, man. These are such worms.
Hands on, hands off. Get in line. Pokey Streets in Meyer, baby. Let's go.
Pokey Streets.
Let's get them. Who's got them hands?
Who's got them hands?
Here we go. Pokey Streets. Let's get it.
I love how they're recording it and they know exactly like where the video is gonna go onto. They're gonna go on Pokey Streets. And they know exactly, it's like, yeah, it's like the World Star. And World Star! But it's like, Pokey Streets!
Oh, shit. Whose man is this at?
At first I thought this was at an airport or something. I thought they started introducing Pokemon cards there, which wouldn't even surprise me. Everywhere is, because they just fly off the shelves, mainly because of these fucking scumbags that constantly swoop in and camp out for hours waiting to get their hands on a box of Pokemon. But I believe this is at Walmart, and tensions are bubbling over because there was a chair that was left in line, and then when the person came back to get the chair that was holding their place in line, they came back with 8 people. So someone left a chair and then came in with an entire clown car of people here to scalp the Pokemon product. So then that led to an argument in there, and then things started to get heated. The guy filming's delivering some commentary on it, like he's watching a sport.
Get in line. Fucking let him know. got a crutch. That ain't fair.
Oh my god.
Man, Pokemon cards, you all are wild and he's pulling up, bro. Don't count him out the fight. He's pulling up.
You're pulling up, man.
He's gonna go at it with a crutch, really?
He said, tag team, you want some? We getting some. Lion Meyer, baby, we live. He don't want jack shit. He want none of that. This is worse than wake up. Get an Eli.
I'm gonna tell you something that seemed like a mismatch. The guy with the crutch actually had maybe 200 pounds and a whole foot on the other guy in the hoodie who kept throwing up one of these sets here like he was about to use some kind of Tekken move. I don't know what he thought would happen had he not been held back. This was probably just one of those peacocking things where he was trying to appear really big and was just very grateful that his friend was squeezing his tits and holding him back. Because had he been unleashed there, I think the guy with the crutches would have actually just fucking dismantled him. And when that guy lifted the crutch over his head, I thought we were about to see some Looney Tunes type shit where he bonks him on the head and he starts seeing stars and all of that. I thought it was about to get like real WWE-esque, but it didn't. I guess things simmered down after the screaming match there.
I pulled are only like 20 to 30 bucks. And it makes me mad every time it does that. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm getting a notification. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. Getting a notification.
Here's a little bonus I wanted to slip in here because this clip blew up. This is a Whatnot scammer. This guy.
I've noticed there's been a lot of issues with Whatnot. That's the only reason why I don't even bother going there. I'm just like, nah. If I want to buy, well, granted, I don't buy Pokemon cards, right? But like, but when it comes to like Yu-Gi-Oh in general, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna buy it on Whatnot. I just rather go buy it at my local card shop, you know.
Clayton's
I'd rather support my
cards,
local card shop.
Clayton hatched a nefarious scheme. So this is a rip and ship. For those that don't know what that is, you pay the streamer to open packs for you, and you get the pulls from it. So someone has paid for this pack, and Clayton is going through the pack, and then he happens to catch a glimpse of the hit at the back. You can see that there is a foil in the back, potentially a really big chase card, and Clayton notices this, and the world stands still. Time ceases to exist, and he starts to cook a little bit. He starts to activate some neurons, and he decides, you know what? I want it. I can't do this. So he does something where he says he's getting notifications, and he pulls the entire thing off screen, and he swaps out the card. This is a bait and switch. It's a pretty standard scam, but usually they're not as blatantly obvious as this. And also, you can see enough of the card here so people figured out what the card was. It is literally a $3 card. So what he did is he bait and switched on a $3 card to one of the sellers here to scam them. He did inevitably get banned, but look at how he tries to finish the show here and get away with it.
Hey, yo, Nash, you go crazy. Can everybody hear me good? Can you guys hear me good? Sorry, I'm getting notifications for Amber Alerts. Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Nothing. Hey, I appreciate you. I'm gonna go.
So smooth, if you blinked, you might have missed it.
Holy cow, dude. I know. Imagine doing that, to be honest. I just can't wrap my head around when it comes to the logic when it comes to Pokemon scalpers.
It's crazy. He even got the order wrong.
Also, I'll remind this again too as well. They're not entrepreneurs. If they ever say they are entrepreneurs, these quote unquote reseller people, they're not. They're just scalpers. That's it. They're just a bunch of scalpers. They just like to resell them at a more higher cost. They're not entrepreneurs.
So he put the cards back in the wrong order, and then he didn't even finish going through the cards there. He's just like, nothing, sorry, okay, alright, well, I gotta go now. Actually, one of the worst scammers ever. But like, this kind of shit is just completely unacceptable. And I know how commonplace scams are in the card community. I get it, but holy fuck, man. There needs to be some kind of punishment, even for scams like that. Even beyond just banning the account. Like, there has to be, like, some kind of punishment. Like, I don't know, spend a night in jail or something for being such a fucking cringe loser scammer. Like, it's so degenerate, man. All the fights, all the scams, it's so poison. Anyway, just wanted to insult these clowns a little bit more today. That's really about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be honest with you. It is a pretty toxic, poisonous place now when it comes to the Pokemon fandom. But the funny thing about it is that, like I said, I've seen this like many times, and here where I live or so, we don't see anything like this. We see no fights. We see like nothing like that. We don't see anything like that crazy and whatnot. It's just, it is like, well, actually, I was gonna say like maybe it's like a dime of a dozen to see a scalper, but like I think I've only saw like, I guess maybe one scalper ? Where like a dude was like putting in like Pokemon packs or something like that in a box, and that's kind of like basically it. And I was just kind of like, I was like, is this the first Pokemon scalper that I've seen in this area? ? I'm like, I have no idea if it is or not, right? But it looked like some fat dude. It was like some fat looked like a fat 30-year-old guy. That was basically like trying to scalp Pokemon cards. I think that was my first encounter of a Pokemon scalper, but even then I don't know. There's like a bunch of people in line. Well, not a bunch of people. It was like a couple people in line. I know there was like, I was having a conversation with somebody in the line. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. And the person there next to me was asking me, oh, are you here to buy Pokemon cards? I'm like, no, I'm not here to buy Pokemon cards. I'm here to buy Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, oh, thank God, because I'm here to buy like sports cards or something like that. Yeah, because he was there for sports cards. I was there for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think the 3 people in front of me or something like that were there for Pokemon cards. And that's kind of like basically it. But the fat dude at the beginning grabbed the box and started putting stuff in the box, and then he took the box with him to the cashier, and that was like kind of like it. I was just kind of like, huh, that could have probably been my first Pokemon scalper that I saw. But even then, it was like super rare. It was like not a consistent thing that I saw. It was just some dude or so, and some fat dude. It always seems to be like the fat dudes. It seems like the fat middle-aged dudes that always seem to like do these kinds of things. But even then, that was about it though. There was like no kids in that line whatsoever. It was just a bunch of like, you know, semi like grown adults, and that was it. So yeah, but no violence whatsoever. There's like no violence. There's like zero violence. I have yet to see like any like fights break out or anything like that. Nothing to this sort of nature. But even then, I'm like, you can still buy Pokemon products over here. So that's why it's like, you don't really see like, and even then they also even limit the sales too for some of them, and that's kind of like basically it. So yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And honestly, I don't think it'll die anytime soon, unless the Pokemon people decide to make like I wouldn't say terrible sets, but like sets that people aren't really like interested in. That's the only way. Scalping is their livelihood. Maybe they should fucking scalp a job instead. That's what they need, is to go scalp a goddamn job, because holy shit. Holy fucking unemployment behavior. Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.